Alright, so we've got the tank out, and the windlass was originally wired up with this welding cable here. Welding cable used to be recommended for stuff like this, windlasses, because it's very flexible, and it's cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper, and it's a long run from the batteries all the way up here. But it is also a little bit more brittle, and it's not tinned, so it corrodes. And I know you can't see this here, but this is very corroded. These terminals are really, really bad. And also the insulation is not as protective as boat cable. Plus, this is size 4 AWG, and that I don't think is big enough. I don't think that this is the correct size for the loads of a windlass. So, anyhow, it runs up through here, and then down here where our new tank is going to be. And so I've got to uninstall this, and whoops, get it out of our way. Just making sure I have the right size bit here. So these boats were built in Canada, and so a lot of the screws and fasteners are square-headed bits. There's a lot of fiberglass dust back here, or up here rather, because I've got this new bulkhead that we're installing, and I've been sanding down the hull over here because it was painted, and I need to get it down to bare fiberglass to tab in this new bulkhead. The new bulkhead will be for our inner forestay. It's going to attach right here. As a matter of fact, our new inner forestay tensioner just got shipped to the US from New Zealand, and should be arriving in like a week or so, which is pretty exciting. We'll do a whole post about that. Alright, so this welding cable goes down into a hole right here and through the bilge. Also not a great spot, since it really should not be sitting in water and this area stays pretty wet. But you can see how big the new water tank is going to be. I mean, I fit in it comfortably, actually. And pretty excited about that, because as I mentioned on the drive here, we are also going to have the chain go all the way back here. So essentially, the chain will come straight down here, and it will hit This is a pretty good angle here. So it will just travel right down here. And this is all below the water line. So all the weight will be nice and low and not up in the bow, which is great. We should be able to pull this through and get it out of our way. So one of the things I was curious about is where the water line actually is. I want to keep all of the weight below the water line. So I went out and I measured exactly where the water line is, and then I came in here and I marked it. So you can see this right here is the top of our boot stripe. And this right here is what I believe to be the design waterline. Our boot stripe was raised over the years, and so I think our boot stripe is kind of like right here now. But I can see where the original line was underneath the paint, and I think this is the design waterline. So it's kind of difficult to tell, but it's pretty much perfect for what we're doing here. You can see both of them there. And the top of our water tank is going to be right around in here. And the chain will actually be all the way down in here, kind of where my feet are. We're going to get rid of this little tabbing, and you know, I should say, while this is here, while we're looking at it, this is where the bottom of the old water tank was. And so you can see how high up it was, and the chain could not come past this. So not only was the water not able, there was just empty space right here, and right here, and right here. And we're going to keep the empty space right here because we want the chain to come all the way back down here. But the water's going to go all the way out to the hull, so we should pick up several gallons of water. And then the chain will actually be able to come further back and not pile up here where it was piling up. And that will move the weight down and more towards the center, which is a good thing. that's all cut out of the way. Now we'll get the vacuum, clean this place up a little bit, and do some sanding with the orbital and the vacuum attached.
Alright, so I've been in here for 3 hours sanding, and as you can see, it's okay. Still got quite a bit to do. I mean, this is pretty good. Mission accomplished as far as getting that little bulkhead tabbing and everything out of the way. But of course, we're going to be painting the inside here with an epoxy. We're also going to be installing a baffle right here. So I'll need, a good clean surface to install all of that on. And to get that clean surface really means sanding this down a little bit more to where it's smoother, and then coming in with some sort of acetone or xylol and cleaning it up, de-waxing it, so that the epoxy that we're going to be applying will adhere for forever, for a long time. So, get out of the way here a little bit, show you what we got. There were some issues over here where there was a void in the layup, and I had to grind that out. That would have been a problem. And other than that, it's just some really thick spots right here that I'm going to have to sand down a little bit more. And then I'll figure out exactly where we're going to install. I guess it's going to be a piece of wood right here that will create the bottom of the tank and also the little space where the chain will live. So I'll probably use oakum for that. I think I still have some laying around. It's good boat building material. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks.